welcome. You're looking live at the Calamity Jones Hour. I'm Mandy Jones, and next to me, as always, is Glenn. He's not here right now. He's working, but he's here in spirit, I always say, which alludes to that he's not alive, but he is on earth and well. For whatever reason, my program was not liking me, so we're going on YouTube Live tonight. So hopefully y'all could find us. Oh, I found us. All right, hell yeah. So let me just throw this on Facebook so my peeps can find it, because I know my mom is going to be texting me. Where's the show? All right, guys, so this is the Calamity Jones Hour. Welcome. I've got a couple of things to bring up before I bring on our guests. Just real very quickly, we have the weekend before Valentine's Day, February 11th, Saturday, February 11th, I will be in Oliphant, PA. I'm hosting an all-ladies comedy show. It's comedy night and a dinner. I believe it's $30, if I'm not mistaken. The ticket link is on my, the flyer is on my page, so check that out. Other show I want to promote real quick is in West Hempstead, New York, formerly known as G's Club. It's going to be, it's called The Avenue, 157 Hempstead Avenue in West Hempstead. Bonnie Scalisi and I put on a free comedy show. It's typically the first Monday of the month, but the way things worked out, we're doing February 13th this month, which is a Monday. If you're a comedian and you come down and you sit in the audience, you automatically get a spot on a future show, because we do the show once a month. So my pal's getting strapped in here. I think without further ado, you ready to come on, bud?
Yeah.
All right, so this guy he's just an all-around, a Renaissance man. You got a lot there. I think I'm just going to bring him on. He's a hilarious comedian. He does really funny shorts that he makes. And do you have your own podcast?
I have a talk show coming out called High on Air.
Okay, High on Air is coming out to YouTube. My buddy, and now yours, Mr. Dom LaMarca.
I appreciate you calling me a Renaissance man, even though it took me a minute to clip this to myself.
That's not the main thing that you're skilled in.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Putting lapel mics on. All right, so my whole thing is typically I bring Facebook up here, but I guess I should try to bring YouTube up to see if anybody figures out how to get YouTube up, because typically what we do is we have, people interact with us, and my mom comes on and she types in. Oh, yeah. You gotta be present for mom. I don't know if she'll know how to get over to YouTube.
Mama Calamity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we got a lot to go over. So first of all, you pulled out a picture that you were on Three's Company radio show, my podcast, 2019 or some shit?
Yeah, definitely something like that.
Because that's when that show started. That show started in May 2019, so that was probably maybe September 2019 or some shit.
I believe it.
And you
went.
And you went.
I looked in the picture that I saw posted. I definitely.
How long had you known Bonnie's? Bonnie? You went to Coasters?
I think I met Bonnie at my third open mic I ever went to from going to Coasters.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just over time from there. I think Tom was going too, and I kind of came on as hey, have Tom come hang too.
Plus one.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, this is sick. It was my first time ever being on a show, and I left that night, and people that had hopped in the stream were like, why weren't you talking? What's wrong with you? And I think I learned everything I ever needed to do about doing stuff from this after they told me that. They're like, why were you sitting there just not conversating? I was like, I don't know. I didn't want to speak unless spoken to.
Well, that's better than most people's problem, is most people's problem they won't be quiet. Me and Bonnie, over the years, we've tried to you try not to interrupt each other. Naturally talking, you're going to obviously interrupt, but nobody wants to hear each other screaming over each other.
Yeah, and I think a big thing with that, too, is, putting in the reps over time. Because it's all of a sudden you're doing it for a while, and you're like, okay, this isn't the last show ever. I don't need to fit everything into it. I could sit back, I could breathe for a second. With the forcing conversation, I feel like a lot of people do that just to try and get a lot out because it's like this is the one shot. Like I don't know if it's gonna happen
Right.
again, so people get amped up. Like
Yeah, it just becomes yelling. That's why we limited the number of people, and then this show. This is obviously 2 people. Sometimes Glenn does sit in here.
Okay, cool.
He told me you guys got caught having an interesting conversation.
Yes, yeah.
You, him, and Hugh.
Yes.
Obviously,
awesome.
always goes like outer world or whatever.
Yeah.
But I have some questions for you. So I like to do like just fun, like they're honestly like conversation starter, date night questions.
Okay.
Not that we're on a date, but you know what I mean. All right, so we'll start with a lob. Favorite like movie genre?
Horror.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Some people are not horror people. You're a horror freak.
I love horror. I
You
really
collect
do.
any horror memorabilia? Am I going to go to your house and we're going to see toys?
I have Funko Pops from my favorite horror
What is
movies.
that?
Like, you know, those little rectangular figures with the beady eyes and no mouth. I have some of them from horror
Okay,
movies and
okay. They're
stuff
like little
that.
rubber guys like this?
Yeah, yeah. And then
What characters do you have?
I have Ghostface.
Like the rapper?
yeah.
All right, Ghostface.
Ghostface from Scream.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Freddy Krueger with syringe fingers. That's one of my favorites.
Oh,
Very
okay,
iconic
okay.
scene. Yeah. The puppet from Saw. Most of the killer clowns from outer space.
Okay.
I can't remember that.
Okay.
Right now,
I've
to
got
be
all
honest, but
clown shit over there. I love demented clowns.
Keep that.
Yeah.
I think that's fire. Yeah.
I can get down with clown shit.
But yeah.
Okay,
No,
all right. So
definitely
horror
good
movies. All right. Did you see the Santa Claus horror? I didn't see it.
I heard very good things about it.
I
though.
I did too, and I didn't think that would be any good. But
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. Honestly, I think the last horror movie I saw in the theater is probably Barbarian.
okay, I didn't
Yeah.
see that. I'm not a big horror movie
I was gonna
person.
ask.
Yeah, because my
yeah.
mom was like a fraidy cat. So like growing up, she's like, no. It's
Yeah.
also I don't know if she thinks it's just like bad
Ju-
bad juju, bad like.
I was just about to bring that up where it's like when I was younger, like I was like, oh, like whatever, but like I'm definitely a little more careful with like demonic and like ghostly shit for that reason now because I am like, oh, it's opening portals in my brain in the house. Like,
Yeah, I fucking was moving shit around the other day and I took a bunch of books out and then I fucking put them back not looking or whatever. And Glenn was like, did you put the Book of Magic upside down? Because it was Aleister Crowley's Book of Magic. And I was like, oh yeah, I was like, sorry, like totally was not. Like, is this a sign?
yeah,
Like,
I thought the orbs were studying up. Like,
jeez. All right, well, this is another date night. Scenes that make you choke up. Like a movie, anything that makes you choke. Because I'm gonna say, I'll just be honest.
Yo.
Homeward Bound. You ever see that? It's like
I haven't seen that in a while.
two
though.
dogs and a cat like going
Yeah.
cross country.
Oh yeah.
The golden retriever has like a broken leg and he's in the mud and I could just fucking cry.
That's I gotta rewatch that. I remember that being like a childhood classic. Like I could just picture them like running across like that log, like the cover photo in my head the second you said it.
Yeah, it's one that everybody rented and or had. So anything like that? Any commercials or anything ever get you?
Everything.
Yeah, okay.
It's crazy. Like I cry. Movies make me cry so much. Anything like remotely like sentimental. or
Okay, you're
I
on
just
board.
I watched a Mr. Beast video the other day.
I don't know who that is.
He's this YouTuber and he makes the craziest videos
Okay.
humanly possible.
What's
And
his niche? Anything?
just spending money.
Oh.
Giving money out, spending it.
Okay.
He cured 1,000 people of like this blindness the other day. And I was
Oh
watching
my God,
the
is
video,
he
it was-
Jesus? Mr. Beast. Why have I not heard about this miracle man?
He's spreading around, and that just made me like bawl out. I was like just in my car, like, "Oh, Mr. Beast!" Dude, I know the end of Shameless made me like got me a lot. I was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
I didn't watch
man,"
the end.
Like,
Was it disappointing? I love that show.
I enjoyed it. The last season was definitely a little hectic. It sure like changed, but like I think the show was changing every season. Every season was a new thing. So like
Okay.
the new characters and Fiona like getting off the show wasn't the biggest deal. I'm like
Oh.
it's the new situations that they're in every season that keep the show on for 11 seasons anyway. Like,
It's probably why we stopped watching it, because I tend to stop watching stuff when it jumps the shark. I watch like the first season or two of stuff, and then I'm like,
yeah.
I could live without the. So you want to talk real quick about your Upsplifted? What does Upsplifted entail? I know you got a hat, a hat and shirt right now.
Oh, yeah.
But that's your name
Upsplifted
on the
everything.
internet.
Yes.
Upsplifted.
Yes.
Now, where did Upsplifted come from?
I just needed to think of a name, and I sat on it for a couple months, and then one day it just like hit me. I was like, I smoke a lot of spliffs, and I've heard I have an uplifting vibe.
Okay, I like it.
I was like, that's it. That's perfect. That's the name.
I like
I'm
it.
keeping it, and it's just like become an entity for everything that I do at this point. Like,
Okay. Hell yeah. No, it's perfect. You brand yourself, and it just makes sense, because then do you do TikTok stuff too? Are you on there?
I'm not too active on TikTok.
It's funny because you do short video. You do a lot of shorts, because there's, first of all, what do you freaking take them down? It's like limited edition, because there's like 3 videos I can think of. You freaking took the gerbil one down the other day, which cracked me up in real life, because Janelle saying the gerbil fucking boner joke.
Yes, yeah.
And that, I was like, oh, and I went to I was going to do it today as a promo, and I'm like, oh, he took it down. That's great. I'm like, you got to keep the old archives up. Like, I've done horrible things, and I'm just like, just keep it up in the archives.
Yeah.
Let it be part of my cyber footprint. When I die.
No, that's fair. I definitely was doing that for a while, and then at one point I was just like, no. Like, I was like, I look like a different person. I was not as happy. Like, and it is like, where it is you leave it out, you get to see the old stuff, and people get to see your growth that way too, which is like a big argument I had with myself for not removing it. But then I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like he's got like 9 hot squares, and then I went back. I'm like, not this, like different 9 same. I'm like, geez, he's down to that core grid on the.
No, definitely.
On the Instagram, but I respect it. But the other one I remember you had done a while ago, you were doing like, people do the gym instructor videos, and you were like, first you're gonna like take the weights, and you stood the dumbbells up like this, and then you stood on them, and then you just fucking took a fall. And I just remember being like, oh, this is hilarious, because like you did it so swiftly that you were like, yo, like
it was
like you definitely went up there and you were like, yo, I should just fall. Like,
oh, 100%. I just first like made that because I would see people doing that at the gym too, and I was like, I don't get this. And then like,
yeah, come on, guy.
Yeah, and then I actually had another one where like I deleted it as well. I'm sure. Where, like,
fire content that was up for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I fell on a treadmill one time. I let myself fall on the treadmill.
Yeah, that hurts. I have not done that, but.
Yeah.
That's pretty popular. So I've seen
I
on
got
the
a sick reaction from the dude that was standing behind me.
See, what did you go into? A wall?
Oh, just on the floor.
Oh.
Just shot off. Yeah, I kept it at a safe speed. It was
shot off. Okay. Best gift you've ever gotten?
Best gift I've ever gotten.
Yeah, I saw that question today. I've never asked anybody that. I know. I was like, I got quite a list of things.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, my dad would want me to say Barbie Lamborghini. I had one of those, like, motorized, it wasn't motorized, like, battery operated.
It was, like, a big deal. Like, it was, like, a year of, like, Dad, I want a Barbie Lamborghini.
I don't even think I asked for it or really knew about it so much as just they fucking whipped that shit out. And it.
Yeah, that's wild.
I think my dad more wanted it.
I think one thing that comes to mind for me with that, and, like, there's a bunch of stuff, but one big standout thing I was just talking to someone about recently is when I was younger, my cousin gave me a bunch of bowls for Christmas and stuff like that. She had like these themed Christmas bowls she got in like a gift box and papers and stuff like that. And like she pulled me to the side and gave it to me and stuff like that, like now in front of the family. And it felt like really cool because I was like, this is what I'm into. I'm like, it's not like, it's the actual, like, this is what I do with my time, my friends. Like, I appreciate you like acknowledging, I guess, who I'm transitioning to as a person and just like.
So wait, not marijuana smoking bowls.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, marijuana smoking bowls. Yeah. Just
Marijuana smoking bowls.
Smoking bowls. because it was just like I was like, it's so cool that she would give this to me as an adult. And I'm, like,
to be
younger,
recognized,
like,
to feel seen.
That was exactly what I think why it was like everything.
Well, yeah, it's like I accept you.
Yes.
Because most families, I'm not saying your family, but most families drink. So it's like, and so if you can't get down with people smoking, it's kind of like not fair.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not like a calling the kettle black type of thing.
Yeah, and like I understand, like for my age, where like my family was like, all right, maybe like we shouldn't be, but also like I was, and like that wasn't like I wasn't gonna stop at that point, and I feel like that was that, like you said, being seen. I guess that put perfectly.
All right, so some of your favorite hobbies / ways to waste time. Favorite ways to waste time in a good way. How do you spend your days, sir?
I like reading a lot.
Oh,
really like
it's
reading.
so funny because there were so many questions about books, and I was like, nobody reads anymore. Really?
People
Okay.
read,
You know, my friend had set that was like his New Year's resolution or whatever. Like, I want to read 30 books, and you could do it if you break it down. Dude ate a bicycle in 17 days.
Wait, what happened with a bicycle?
A human man ate a bicycle in 17 days. He was cutting it up and fucking melting it down for Guinness Book of World fucking Records.
First guy
Look at
and
this
only guy
shit
to
up.
ever eat a bicycle.
So we could break any fucking essay that you want to write or book that you want to read down if you could eat a fucking bicycle.
That's no, 100%. Yeah.
So okay, what have you read?
That guy's discipline that it must have took to eat a bicycle.
And then, all right, back to you. So what have you read recently? What are you into? Do you like to read horror as well?
I actually a lot of nonfiction. Like I
okay, like some historical stuff.
A little bit of history stuff. I will read like just even for like comedy. I'll read books on public speaking and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'll read, like books on comedy in general, meditation, like all spiritual stuff. I'm
always, that's
big,
good.
Super into.
Of course.
And a big thing for me that's like really I feel like become a more common theme in books is books on like boundaries and stuff like that and how to say no to people, because I feel like I when I was younger, as anyone was when we were younger, I feel like maybe I had more of an issue infiltrating people's boundaries, but I feel like I'm very good with that now, but I don't know how to set enough boundaries for myself personally. I've been reading books like that to kind of help me understand myself better.
Okay, yeah. That's good. That's good. I'm all about the I do the motivational like the books on audio books. I listen to books when I'm like fucking cleaning and shit. And sometimes at work I could click away and have an audio book going. And I love the like uplifting it's good to drill this shit into your head. I know it's like sounds simple a lot of this stuff, but sometimes somebody says it in such a way and you're like, whoa, like I didn't realize it was like that simple, like with certain things.
And it really is like you said, it's that breakdown. Like I hated reading, not a good student, did not care for it at all. But then I did this thing, a challenge that made me have to read 10 pages a day.
Okay.
It's like you read 10 pages a day, and the rule is you have to finish every book because a lot of people put books down early and like it's like see it through to the end where the conclusion wraps around and stuff like that. And then 10 pages a day, before I knew it, I was reading a book a month, if not more. Like, it just stacked up mad fast. It was crazy. Like,
I like that because I'm not a big reader. 10 pages a day, I could take that on. And then you probably end up, I'll just finish this chapter, which is 13 pages, or and just slowly.
I didn't used to do that in the beginning. I was fully like, God, the 10 pages
9.5.
brutal. Like, yeah. It's
Dog
like, get
ear.
me out of here, But, like, now I'm like, I should probably read chapters so I don't pop back into a chapter tomorrow and forget exactly what the content matter was.
Right. Because you find that you like read a page and gotta go back.
Yes, yeah. And I've also like convinced myself too, I think when I started reading, that I need to read as many books. I think I'm gonna tone it down now at this point, but I need to read as many books as I can before I'm 25.
Okay.
Because they say the brain like is developing more, I guess, at this age and stuff like that. So like,
gotta do it now
when all this stuff in while it's still.
It is true. They actually say, I really believe, like frontal lobe and shit, they say like 26, literally like adult men.
Because
I remember when my husband became sane, and then his brother's like 7 years younger than him, and he was not nearly as, his little brother's nothing like my husband. But either way, I told my mother-in-law, I'm like, 26 is what they say is when men become like sane and human.
Their brains start working the way it's supposed to.
I want to hand you over. No, I remembered you were really young, and you appeared a lot younger when you had the shorter hair. And that was also a couple years ago. But now you know the longer hair and stuff, and you're obviously more, you know everybody in the scene and stuff. You're more confident.
Yeah, for sure. Just like internally, I guess, as well too. Just working through stuff on my own, and like people still think I'm older when they meet me though.
Yeah.
Like, no one ever thinks I'm like the age I am, which is like weird.
No. Well, it was funny because when Glenn, my husband, met you, he was like, "Oh my God, he reminds me of Jack," and I had never told you that, but Glenn's good friend from upstate, his little brother. Just like kind of, not that you would like in a picture look like him, but he wears his hair long. Your closets probably look similar, all that shit. Just the like, Beavis and Butthead like laugh, all that shit. And he was just like, this kid, and then it's like, it's just good energy. Like I've known that kid since I was like, a kid, you know what I mean? It's not, it's cool. Like, it's a good thing when somebody I think reminds you of somebody.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so you do a lot of reading. That's good. Yeah. All right, now I know what to get you for your birthday. When is your birthday?
July 26th. I'm a Leo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My brother's the 29th of July.
Oh, wow, okay.
Something you're proud of. Something you've accomplished. Any trophies on the wall? You do anything when you were a kid?
No.
And/or present day? Nothing you're proud of?
I mean, present day, I guess just like I'm really happy with my growth in comedy and just creative stuff in general.
Yeah.
And just like that I've taken leaps to do stuff I want to do. Like even like I'll record rap music sometimes. I always wanted to do that when I was in high school, but I was like, no, it's stupid. No,
yeah.
Even if it is stupid, do it if you want to do it.
Hell yeah.
Proud that like I don't like feel like I hold myself back as much as I used to. I would say, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good. That's good. And that's what it's all about, because that's when like people don't think of comedy as art, but like it's true, it is, and you have to take risks and you have to do shit that you're not really sure is it's gonna fucking work, and you just have to kind of sometimes be confident.
No, definitely.
Have you ever been heckled?
Have I ever been heckled? Definitely, for sure.
Oh yeah, by people you knew or people you didn't know?
There's been the occasional person I know, but like the last time I was heckled was actually Matt's dad. Matt Solomon's dad, and like I know Matt's dad, so it was like, okay, like
oh my God, M. Saul?
Yeah.
What was his dad saying to you?
I asked if anyone there was from Sweden, and he like put on an accent and said yes. And I was like, okay.
Yodeled for you?
I was like, yeah. I just rolled with it, but
Oh, well, all right. Well, you were inviting that conversation then.
A really bad heckle that does come to mind. I think the only time I've done comic strip before, and I was doing a show out there, and there was like a lady that was just saw us. She was like talking all night, and she just really started coming at me at the end of my set, and it just like completely threw me off.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
People are mean too when they want to be part of the experience.
No, for sure, and also too like I don't. Sometimes, like, I don't remember fully what I do on stage, as weird as that might sound.
No, that's completely makes sense.
I'm sure you realize,
because, like, I actually, when I was I had, like, not stage fright, but I literally, like, blanked out the one day and, like, stopped remembering my jokes. It was the first year. I didn't practice very much for that particular show. Mm-hmm. And I went up and, like, 3 jokes in, I was just like, or I don't know how many jokes in, but whatever. And I like started to like tell a joke again, and my husband's like, said that already, like,
oh man,
like we know about the Impala, or like whatever the fuck joke it was. And I was just like, and then I started telling jokes I didn't have. Like I went to the store and longest 30 seconds of my life.
Yes, and then you get off and you're like, what the fuck did I just say in that 30 seconds?
What
right
just
there?
happened?
Like, you could just, like as a performer, like you definitely like feel where it's like
ate shit.
you're like there, but it's also like you're kind of pulling words out of your brain. Like it's like you're there, but also you're here at the same time a little bit. So like it's like does kind of, it's like what is going on sometimes.
Yeah, no, if you're not automatically ready for it, it's, yeah, you could, that's why you got to practice. If anything's like an alliteration or a couple of times, you gotta like, you gotta like say it a couple times so you know how to fucking get around those words.
Every time like I write new jokes and like I'm going to a mic to try them, like I basically spend that whole day like repeating them to myself in the car. Yeah.
Watermelon. All right, good. Something mundane you could win an Olympic medal in.
Something I could win an Olympic medal in?
Something mundane. Like we're going to say like doing the dishes and laundry and fucking... I've gotten cooking as an answer.
I think I would say cleaning. Like you bring all that stuff up. Like I definitely get very like...
skeeved out.
Yeah. And it's just... Even like if like I'm at friends' houses and I see they don't clean, like I'll just be sitting there. I'll just start cleaning for them. Like
yeah, it's like I'm not judging you, but can I vacuum? Like
yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was definitely beaten into me.
Yeah.
Somewhere beautiful you visited.
Arches National Park in Utah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never been out there, Utah.
It's sick.
Yeah.
It's super sick. And like I visited the Grand Canyon a little bit before.
It's on my bucket list. I want to go to the Grand Canyon. Flew over it, but that's it.
The Grand Canyon is beautiful, and like after you saying that, I do not want this to take away from you wanting to go or anything. But I thought I like the arches.
All right, well now I'm in that too.
Like, yeah,
go in there too.
It's in that vicinity, so I highly like recommend like, and it's just.
I actually know what you're talking about. It goes completely around. Do people go up there or no?
You could like climb them if you want. Like
if you're
like,
insane.
Any of that stuff. Like there's really no security or anyone stopping people from doing anything.
I'm going up. You can't stop me.
It's the best place to hide from the cannibals that live in the national parks, apparently.
I would love to do like a tour of the national parks. There's so many fucking spots within the U.S.
Too much to see almost. It's like overwhelming. Like what's next? Like it's but I think a big thing I liked about that too, like aside from being like aesthetically pleasing, like it just felt like nice. Like I was like just mentally and just physically, I'm like, wow, this is just a relaxing vibe.
Well, isn't that also like a vortex? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's literally like vortexes like underground that are like spiritual fucking. Under, and they believe over there. It's all over the place, but you know, New Mexico, California.
Peru too is big.
Yeah, they have like they have people that believe that shit, and I don't know. I'm not saying it's. I'm not saying it.
No.
I believe in like.
The way of the arches was sick.
I'm just like, yeah, whatever you believe in, that's real, and go for it. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
That's my belief. All right. So we were kind of talking. I said my bucket list. What is anything on your bucket list? Anything interesting, or something interesting you've done? You do any skydiving, bungee jumping, any of that crazy shit? You want to do any of that crazy? Yeah, I'm not really
doing all that. I probably would do it for the sake of it, but I don't know. I think there's a lot. Like I think that's kind of just like how like I think and move a little bit. Where I'm like. I want to do every single thing.
Yeah.
Every single, like, there's not one specific thing that I could even think of that be on the bucket list. Even skydiving, I'm horrified of it, but I still want to do it. I want to know what every experience feels like.
My whole thing is like, somebody's going to pay, Columbus, like, if someone's going to pay for me to do it.
Yes, yeah. Then push me
pay
out.
me.
Yeah, yes, no, for real.
I saw a video today. It was like a girl, she looks like she was like, no. She was already strapped to a dude, and he was like, we're going, come on, like, yo. She wasn't like screaming or hitting him or nothing, but.
It's still like, yeah.
It's like, no, you're going.
No, definitely. That's
whether you want to or not. So I was tough. Like, yeah. I was like, that probably happens more than you think.
Yeah.
Like, no time to be like afraid now.
No, for
What, are they gonna bring you down? Unhook you from the
Yeah,
fucking...
yeah. Have you ever seen like prank videos of stuff like that too, where like they like are messing with someone? Like they'll be like, "Oh wait, the hook's not," and then they'll be like, "What?" And then they'll jump out right after they say that to them, and the person just like fully convinced they're gonna die the whole time now. Like it's such a mean prank, but it's so funny to watch. Like
I've seen the like them taking a bolt out of the roller coaster, and right before the roller coaster leaves, they're like, "Do we need this?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
We were talking about movies. Worst movie you've seen recently?
Worst movie I've seen recently. I can't even think of anything.
Anything good?
Anything good?
Any movies? Nothing. I can't remember anything. I'm just shitty.
It's like I watch a couple TV series. I haven't been to the theater in a while.
All right, what TV series? What was the last thing you watched? Anything that was good?
Wednesday was sick.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I didn't watch
Wednesday
it yet.
was awesome.
Okay.
I have a movie.
No, can't go back. You fucking passed it. All right, what do you got?
I'm sorry. There was this documentary or like mockumentary kind of thing on HBO called "This Place Rules." It was great.
What was that?
It was this guy went around from every big event from January 20th to January 6th, and like his whole thing is like, I captured the footage leading to the riot, but that's like not actually what it is. He basically just like filmed people on the streets and just interviewed them, and it's just like, I feel like a really insane peek into humanity and like the way people behave.
What's it called?
Like This Place Rules.
This Place Rules.
Yeah,
I'm writing it down because I actually am a big fan of the mockumentary style. This Place Rules.
And
it was good.
It was really good. I thought it was really well put together.
Do you remember where you watched it? What streaming service?
HBO Max.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes, HBO Max.
I got that one.
Yeah.
There's like 27 streaming fucking services. Best piece of advice you've ever received? Not ever received, but just a good piece of advice.
Well, one big thing that like I feel like definitely keeps me pushing with a lot of stuff is when I was younger, my mom told me it's better to push through fear than live with regret.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so just that like has always stuck with me for sure.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's like a fucking big one. It's funny that you say that because I have a mirror that was I did all affirmations on it. I painted like all like fire, so all positive stuff, and the top big thing is I am fearless, because like that's like a big major thing on like a lot of. Are you gonna, like, even what we were talking about before, being creative or doing anything, just like, oh, people are gonna judge me or whatever. Fucking everyone's doing their own shit. No one even cares.
No, for real. And I think like people like have this like misconception of like courage, like where it's like, oh, like courage, you have to be like, no, being courageous is doing the thing even when you are horrified.
Yes.
You know, like it's not like it's like just, oh wait, let me switch to courage mode. It's the fact that you do it regardless of what the like you feeling, you just push through. I think that's where like that really comes from for people, like in that fearlessness and just like
yes,
like, yeah,
hell yeah. No, and there's so many people that are just not accountable, like, and shit, like the comedians like saying like, oh, we're gonna show up, and then, oh, you don't feel like going up. No, it's your fucking turn. Get the fuck up there.
Yeah.
You know, like that's one of the things we strive with. Like, I don't really feel funny right now, or I don't feel whatever. But you still gotta fucking. You made the commitment. You gotta.
Yeah, for sure.
Put on your, you know.
The last relationship that I got out of, the day that I got broken
got out of.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Life is about getting out of relationships. Entanglements with humans.
Yeah, no.
It happens.
But I got broken up with.
All right.
And I went
to
a Pat.
You can do better.
I've been told that since. But I went to Pat Dunn's show that night. It was like a birthday show.
Okay.
And I was just like down. I wanted to go hang with the comics and just like feel better about the whole day, you know?
Right.
And he asked me to do a guest spot. And like, with the way I was feeling, I would have said no. But the fact that it was his birthday, he's like, yo, I'd love to have you go up. I was like, all right, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And I did not feel good. I went up and I pushed through anyway. And it was like one of the best sets like I'd had in my life at that point. And I was like, okay, big things coming. Like, she was holding me back. Like,
That's why I got rid of that bitch.
Yeah.
No, it's completely true, and you have to. I found sometimes there's times when I didn't think I did very well because I was so nervous. One's like, you did really well, and I'm like, I didn't even know they were laughing. It's like you're so like in the moment, just trying to fucking get power through.
Yes, no, for real.
Get me the fuck out of here.
But you gotta be nervous too. You really do. Like, I'm a bit, because I experienced one show where I wasn't nervous, and it was a roast battle, and I was like, I'm gonna smoke this kid. I wasn't remotely nervous, and I bombed like the hardest I'd ever bombed in my life. And I was like, okay, that's where this like whole ego thing becomes an issue. Like, keep your ego in check and stay nervous, because you could bomb at any moment, Dom. Don't ever tell yourself otherwise ever again. Are you kidding me? Like,
on the George Carlin special that Judd Apatow did, it's like 3 parts. I think it's called The American Dream. But anyways, there's a part where he's like doing a set, and the room is like not crickets, but just like a couple little giggles, and George Carlin's like, oh, this is a really humbling room. He's like, if I ever want to be humbled, like, gotta come tell jokes to you guys.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it is, like, I think that is good, too. Like, we do need to have our bombs and stuff like that to remain humble as comics, like, for sure. Like,
for sure.
Yeah,
like,
and they always come when they need to.
Yeah, when you're like, oh, it'll be fun.
Yes.
This room's packed. Oh, yeah, but no one's listening.
Yeah, yes.
You know, I did a show, and it was in Long Beach, and literally the layout of it was like the comics were over here doing the little show, and then the whole bar extended to the other side that couldn't see the comics, and there was all TVs, so they were lost.
Okay,
It was like 75% of the room was just in TVs. Like...
Yep. Yeah, that's
that you can't compete with that.
Yes, because that's like, I remember that was one of the first things I learned before I even started comedy, just reading about it. Like, my first comic book ever where I was taking lucrative notes in, the whole first page is just get their attention.
Yes.
Because like, it's like we can't even tell jokes if people aren't paying attention.
Right.
The attention's
if they can't hear you.
Yeah, exactly.
Or haven't seen you. Yeah, exactly. I think that sometimes being a woman, I get the benefit of just people just give you the benefit because you're a lady. I think they give you a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. They trust you. Like, yeah.
I don't know. I think sometimes it gives just a little bit of an up. Something not everyone knows about you.
I smoke weed.
Okay. I didn't know that.
You said, wait, that's something that everyone knows, or?
No, not everyone knows.
Oh my God!
Like a little known fact.
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I misheard the question.
No, a little known fact.
Something everyone.
Something not everybody knows.
You know what? I'm gonna say this because people didn't know this until recently, but I have 3 siblings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you fall in line? What kind of siblings you got? Make and model.
Oldest one is a sister.
Okay.
Yeah, she's about 40, maybe just turned 40. I'm sorry if I'm getting your age wrong and you're watching this, Kate. I fucking love you. My brother George, he's a little bit younger than her.
Okay.
And then I come next at 23, and then my little sister Gina is about to turn 21 soon.
Oh, wow. So that's a big age gap between you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. And 2 boys, 2 girls.
Different moms, but like it's.
Oh,
like,
yeah, no, it's all the same
like,
shit.
Yeah,
it's your fam.
Yes, exactly.
Of course. Yeah, my brother is my stepdad's son. My mom and my stepdad's son. It's my brother.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Same shit.
Exactly.
Same shit. Okay, and are they local? Do they live in New York?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
They do. I'm
Staying with my brother right now, actually.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. And
cool.
then,
George.
Yes. Yeah. And then I just didn't know people didn't know that. And then when I recently told someone, I was like, yeah, I'm saying, they're like, you have older siblings and shit like that. Like, I thought you were just floating around. Like, I didn't know you had a family. I thought you were a nomad. Like,
why? Because you don't talk about them on stage, I guess. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I guess I have some. That's not true. I have some jokes about my sister and stuff.
Yeah, I've had jokes about my nephews and stuff in the past.
Yeah,
and,
they
like,
just
couple
did it.
family jokes, but it's like
We didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah, and
erroneous extra deal things.
Yeah, I can't remember jokes I wrote 2 weeks ago. I don't expect anyone to remember.
Well, I do appreciate about you. You always do a different set. Like, you always have fresh stuff.
Yeah.
Like, some people have, just their set that they do.
I think the pandemic changed that for me. Like when I came out of the pandemic, I was like mad at myself for not writing more. And then after that, like there was a point in time before I went back to school where I was like trying to write a new 7 minutes every single week. So like I really like that's super duper important.
Yeah, and that's hard. Like people don't realize like just
Yeah.
listening like, oh, 7 minutes. It's like that's a long time, and that's a long. You can get a lot of jokes in a minute and a half. Like
Yeah,
so
definitely.
7 minutes is.
Yeah, it's wild. I think producing was a big reason I did that too, because I was like I want my friends to feel like they still want to come like see me. Like,
Right.
I don't want them to get worn out. And like I still sprinkle old stuff in. Like,
Oh yeah,
here
the
and
true
there and
blues,
everything,
of
but, like,
course.
yeah.
The tried and true shit.
Yes, yeah.
The comfortable shit. But no, you have to. And like I said, I appreciate that of you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you appreciating that, man. I really do.
Comedy and life. This is a big one. Just who inspires you?
What's that?
Who inspires you?
Who inspires me?
Could just be people you know, dead, alive, people you don't know.
Okay, that's
Celebrity, notable, anybody?
I mean, like I've been such a big fan of his for a long time. Tyler the Creator, definitely.
Okay.
Because like ever since like I've been a fan of his music, he's been like, you can make anything you happen want. I'm gonna get a Grammy one day.
Hell yeah.
And that was like 10 years ago, and now the past 2 years he just won Rap Album of the Year. He got 2 Grammys in the past 2 years.
Hell
and,
yeah.
He's always like preached that. I feel like kind of planted that seed in my head when I was younger, and like seeing that he meant it, I'm like, okay, you can. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, you gotta be able to. It's just about figuring out how, I guess. Like,
Dude, there's a lot of people that swear they're like fucking vision boards and like the fucking manifesting stuff.
yeah,
What's his face? Jim Carrey says he wrote himself a $10 million check.
that's wild.
And he wrote it to himself, and then he wrote for acting services rendered, and then he did, I think it was The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and
Yeah.
he did like one other, and like 3-year span did like 3 like giant movies, and then was able to fucking cash him that fucking check.
Yeah, and he also, like, he really was, like, such a good, like, I've listened to some, like, shows he was on. I heard for Dumb and Dumber, for that audition, he had a tooth that he just removed before he went in for the audition. He removed the tooth that the dentist put in.
That's
He's like,
dedication.
yes, yeah.
Why wasn't he talking
listened-
about that in the $10 million? Speech? What I did to get those 10. That's insane. I've never heard that.
Yeah, yeah. But, like,
Stuff we fucking bury, man.
I think, RAS, the reticular activating system.
Okay.
So I think that's like a big part of like if you don't want to believe in manifestation, anyone watching, this is
Okay,
like
because I don't know anything
sciencey
about
way.
this.
So like let's say one day you decide like, yo, like I want to get my next car, I want to get a red car.
Okay.
All of a sudden you go out the next day, you notice a lot more red
hell
cars
yeah,
on the
yeah.
street. So it's basically just like making sure like your reticular activating system is like aligned for what you want to be
Okay,
aligned for. And,
okay.
like, that you are looking for the things you want to.
Okay. I never
program
heard that,
yourself,
but
so.
that's, they always say, like, you know, like, if you're vibrating low, you feel bad about yourself, you're going to invite people who also feel bad about themselves, going to invite bad negative energy to you.
Yes.
And versus when you're feeling yourself, those people don't even fucking come into your
100%.
orbit.
Yeah, and I think that's where like learning the boundaries has been like so important for me, because I'm generally feeling myself. I think it's just other people that make me not sometimes.
I
like-
don't think people know how to feel their own selves. Like, I had posted a while ago, I obviously didn't write it, somebody else wrote it. It said, just because I love myself and thinking that I'm the shit doesn't mean I don't think that you shouldn't love yourself. Like, and that I don't think you're the shit also. Like, and I was like, that's like the realest shit, because that's like you want to post like, oh yeah, feeling myself, but people always take that like,
Yes, definitely.
like, and like
definitely.
people say like, oh, keep your blessings like a secret, and on the low, like say your moves only after they're completed and shit, because they're such like fucking haters. But it's unfortunate. You should be able to fucking flex your shit, you know? Like,
no, for sure. That's the thing too, where it's like I feel like those people just aren't even like where it's like they're not learning their own energy enough. They're too worried about what this person's doing, what this other
clothes that he
person's
makes.
doing.
It's like, because you don't fucking make your own shit and you got lame clothes on. Like,
yeah.
You're just hating. You just want this uplifted shit.
Yeah.
My mom works in a middle school, and she's a teacher's aide, and like the gym teacher, like whenever a kid's like being a little jerk, he's like, oh, well, you just think that about yourself. Like, call someone an asshole, that means you're an asshole. Like,
I was thinking that as well too. I'm like the biggest believer that like we are mirrors for each other.
Exactly.
So the way like the things that bother you about other people is totally shit that's bothering you about yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
That you're not addressing. I'm the biggest believer of that for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's all about, this is the year of fucking accepting who we are, seeing who we are.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because I had heard somebody once, they said everyone's either a window, a mirror, or a window. So like you said, everyone's either seeing something, or like you could literally see you could see how you might feel in that situation when you look at, like, it's not a mirror, like, oh, if you're looking at somebody who has a situation with a kid where like we don't have kids, so like we can only imagine how we would be, but you could still the window
Yeah, no, definitely.
like envision it through that. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But it's like you said, it's like validating like where each thought's coming from. It's like, is that a you problem or is that like a them?
No, definitely. Yeah, for sure.
All right, that's good. You're working on yourself, and you're so young. Let's plug real quick. You're moving away, and you're doing a show for it. So tell me about the show that you're hosting.
February 10th at Alibi Lounge in Farmdale. I'm gonna try doing 30 minutes.
Okay, hell
see
yeah.
how that goes for the first time, and then I have Tom Crescenzo hosting the show.
Okay.
And I got Renee and Devin doing a set as well.
Hell yeah.
Like, I feel like those have been my OG comedy homies, and like a lot of this, like in the beginning, they were kind of like the ones that like really brought me in, like made me feel welcome and shit like that. And I don't think I'd be, and I think this is about everyone I've met in comedy at the end of the day, where it's like I don't think I would be this far without most people I met, but it's like I know that they were like the beginning. And it's like it's my like potentially last show in Long Island, and I needed those three guys to be a part of it with me.
Hell
like,
yeah. No, I really, when I saw that you were doing that, I was like, oh, that's really cool. What a great way to organize it and to make sure everyone's in the same place for a farewell, a proper farewell.
And that was the thing too, where it's like, that really hadn't like crossed my mind. And then like a friend of mine actually texted me. He's like, "Yo, do you have like a last show I could come to before?" And he was like, "You
the farewell
should.
tour, the farewell Long Island tour show. You mean that I'm hosting?"
Yes.
All right, so that's February 10th. Dom LaMarca. So what we find you on the internet? You're Upslifted. Is that all you are on Instagram? It's just Upslifted.
Yes, Instagram.
Hot grids
Twitter,
that you could find for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they self-destruct.
They're like Mountain Dew flavors. Like I gotta see how they test in the market before I decide if it's limited.
You're like, I didn't like how hot. I got 7 likes. I wanted to have 23 by now. Destroy it. It's not good enough. Back to the drawing board. All right. Well, I appreciate that you want to only put out good content.
I don't want people to see good content. I don't know if based on the numbers, I only want to put out good.
All right, it's the second part. Yeah. Any fears or phobias? They could be silly.
I've had an issue with bugs.
Okay.
That I've definitely been working through a lot. Claustrophobia. I hate
elevators. Can you do an elevator or just uncomfortably?
There's a little bit of tension with the elevators for me. Elevators for sure.
Elevators are weird. I'd prefer the stairs.
Yes, definitely.
It's not always an option, but like if we're on vacation or something, when we're like eating and drinking the whole week, Glenn's like, let's take the stairs. And it's like true. It's like, all right, go to the 3rd floor on the stairs every time you gotta go upstairs.
No,
it definitely helps.
Yeah, and like you mentioned places without stairs. Like I would like taking the stairs, like even like if it's like a small elevator, but like if an elevator is the only thing, I'm like there's something wrong with this building.
Well, yeah, no, not okay at all.
Yeah.
I know. Well, Stony Brook had fucking like the handicap rooms on the 3rd floor. I'm like, you're in a handicap room on the 3rd floor?
Yeah.
Like what?
They're like, yeah. It's
Like
it's
what
a
about in the case of
80-degree
emergency?
ramp, like.
Like okay.
Oh God, that's horrifying.
All right. So the one question was, what was the highlight of your week? But I'm gonna expand it to like, what was the highlight of your season, or like any recent highlights?
I super duper enjoyed filming that talk show that like I mentioned about earlier.
Okay, when's that coming out?
When I was gonna do it, March. I'm gonna start.
Okay,
doing it.
March. Okay, so
Yeah.
you got stuff in the arsenal now. You already started
Yes.
recording shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
do you know how to edit stuff? Is that what you're doing? You're putting shit together?
yeah, I'm putting in like a video editor. And stuff
Okay,
like
cool.
that. And I think that was like just really important to me because my house that I filmed it in was getting sold and stuff like that. I'd had the idea on the back burner for so long and never did anything with it. And all of a sudden I'm like, well, I have a week left to use this space actually.
Yeah.
So like I kind of just rushed and did it, and like every like single one of those, and just the fact I was able to do it, like I really enjoyed that time, and that shit meant a lot to me for sure.
Oh,
like,
hell yeah. You'll have to, when it comes out, obviously spam me and send it to me and stuff, and I'll resend it, and,
then
I'll be like, watch this shit before it fucking expires.
Yeah, and once I have space on my phone and stuff, I've got to film more episodes. Like, I got to do, like, another trek to Long Island to get 2 episodes, like, get you on here. Like, there's still, like, a handful of, like, people that I'd, like, had reach out with the post that I put out, and I was like, I got you, and now all of a sudden, like, I filmed it on my phone. I don't have that much storage left. I'm, like, freaking out trying to figure out how to do it, and I'm like,
Yeah, you need some hard drives and shit. You need to transfer some shit. The problem with this computer was we got it during like the lockdown, and the guy was like, yeah, it has like no memory. It has memory, but like not a lot because it was like the last one on the shelf or whatever. And I've already like, I got this computer 2020 or whatever. I've already had to fucking move shit off of it, delete, prioritize, fucking. It's like, because it's just a little fucking computer, but it sucks because we sit here for an hour. That's a lot of memory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Think of how many pictures or how much like songs, like you know what I mean, in terms of like your computer.
No, it looks like the quality of like the image that we're using is good too. It's like quality like boosted up. Like, it takes more space for it to not look like it's from
exactly.
the 90s. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, no, because even well, the phones are so nice now, so that's not really the case. But we were actually talking the other day about like, if you pull up a picture from like an old mobile phone now, it's like you could expand it and it's like still pixelated. You know what I mean? Like you can't like, we can't go back now.
Nope, no, definitely not.
Like a grainy fucking picture. Definitely. Do you have a YouTube channel yet, or you're gonna dedicate its own YouTube channel to the show?
It's gonna be on Upslifted YouTube channel.
Upslifted,
I want to have a couple other things I want to work on. I've posted a few music videos.
I said he was a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! All right. Any sports shows, comics, anything you're a mega fan of?
Not watching, but I love playing tennis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as far as sports, I definitely love playing tennis.
Hell yeah.
Comics. There's a bunch of comics that I really like, but no one I would say I'm a mega fan of. What you said, Michael Che?
Oh, it's so funny because I didn't mean like comedians. I meant like when I said
comics. Like,
I meant like Marvel.
Hilarious. That's awesome. I recently, within the past few months, I meant
like Spider-Man. But I should have said like comic Avengers or something. I should have been a little more comic book heroes. I just meant like, do you collect anything? You had said horror. You said you had horror stuff. Are you a video game person? Are you a gamer?
Not really video games.
Yeah, good. God bless you. Keep that brain healthy.
But yeah,
keep reading, son.
Yeah, but I've been reading manga, and I watched the show Hunter x Hunter.
What is it? Manga?
Manga, like anime, like comics.
Okay.
I got into that very recently. Oh my god, my cat! I need to fidget with this. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
But yeah, and I've been enjoying that a lot. They read backwards and everything.
Okay. I can see that being fun. We always ask everybody, worst job you ever had?
It was. I still loved the job, but like I would say, Little Caesars, working at Little Caesars.
What went on there? Anything particular?
It was.
That
fun.
was not
We were
ideal.
A bunch of kids that like had basically took the place over, but
Did you work there? Or you robbed the place?
yeah.
We were 14. We overran the
I was
fucking
like,
place.
I'm hired.
Got myself a fucking pizza.
But,
oh my god, Little Caesars. Yeah, well, just
Yeah.
I would just assume any chain like that is just gonna be a little rough.
Yeah, and it was just the managers that worked there.
Yeah.
Like
They thought they were like better than you, and they're not.
yeah, they were yeah. They were just
It's like you also work at Little Caesars, Donna.
Yeah, no, definitely. And they were just rude and a little hard to work around, and there was a lot, I feel like, in that element. But other than that, I wouldn't say I've had any job that I really consider that
All
terrible.
right,
Like,
you gotta work hard to get by in life. So
yeah. That's the thing. Like the worst job I've had is just being at my dad's calling. All the other shit I don't mind, but just going to construction sites or doing stuff around the house with him.
yeah,
Terrible.
no, it's, and family's just particularly harder to work with.
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
No,
what's your spirit animal?
my spirit animal, a lion named Raphael.
Oh, not just
Yeah.
any animal, a lion named Raphael. Why a lion named Raphael?
Because I met him before.
Hey, where was this? Where did you meet this lion that inspired you?
I went, did a guided meditation with the Reiki healer. And
Okay.
It was like, like, what
Okay.
spirit animal
Now
do
I
you
get
see?
it.
And yeah. And it was,
Okay. Oh, so this is something you conjured up in your mind.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And I didn't expect it to be a lion at first. Like, I didn't know what was going to show up.
Yeah,
That's what
no,
showed
I
up.
believe in that shit.
That's- yeah.
I would say there were times I would say I definitely thought I identified with the lion. Lion's loyal, prideful, pretty much hangs alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Killer
For sure.
instincts.
Yo, and like the way they set up, it's like feels so real. So it's not like I know it's still in my head and stuff like that, but it was like this thing like leaped on me and like licked my face and stuff like that. Like me and my spirit lion are big homies. It's crazy.
Well, God bless. That's
Yeah.
great. Not everybody knows their way around that much.
Yeah. I didn't even think about those characteristics too. Like I think that's like a big factor into why people choose like their favorite animals.
Oh,
and
well,
stuff
yeah,
like
you got to
that as
look
well.
up. I
Like,
would
yeah.
honestly say I'm probably, if I had to pick an animal, usually, I would say probably a bear.
A bear. And he's like just like a brown bear.
Like
or
really
like a-
cute, but they're actually just like fucking vicious and not cute at all. Like that's pretty much my MO. Like a black bear, yeah, like a
Yeah.
killer,
That's
bad,
a-
like
yeah.
a grizzly bear. Yeah, no, probably a brown bear, but yeah, no. If you look up, you'll have to Google like meaning of spirit animal or whatever, and it usually gives you all the characteristics.
Yeah, definitely.
But I could see that. You're a loyal kid.
I try to be definitely. Yeah.
You got a
yeah,
lion's
for
mane.
Sure. Yeah. He inspired me to grow it out. He was like licking my face and he stopped. And he's like, "Bro, you would look sick with my hair." And I was like, "Raphael, you genius, you."
All right, so the Upsplifted, the last show, the last Long Island show, you said that's February 10th?
February 10th.
At
yeah.
the Alibi in
Alibi.
Farmingdale. So if you go to Upsplifted,
Yes.
and if you find Don LaMarca on Facebook, Instagram, you can get the details, and I'll repost
look
your.
up Upsplifted anywhere, and fortunately, right now I'm in a place where I'm the only thing that shows up. So like it'll take you if you just throw Upsplifted in your search engines, I'm there.
And now, do you only make apparel for yourself, or do you have apparel that people could buy? Yeah.
What's up?
Do you have apparel that anybody could buy, or right now it's your own VIP?
I have a couple
stuff?
beanies right now. I'm working on getting more.
Are you on
printed
Etsy or
cotton
anything,
shirts.
or how can people?
No.
How do
If
people
people
DM you?
Yeah.
DM him for a.
Embroidered merch is like what I'm trying to lean into, but this shit costs a lot more than the screen printed stuff. So I'm kind of going off of like custom orders more so with the embroidery than anything right now.
Well,
But
you gotta ask what you gotta ask for.
at the Texas show, I'm gonna have 6 shirts, and
Okay.
you're only gonna be able to get them at the show.
Uh-oh.
And on the front it says Upsplifted, and on the back it's Woody from Toy Story doing a split,
and there's
Oh,
a snake
shit.
biting his Johnny, and it says there's a snake in my pants instead of his boots.
Is that inspired by a bit, or that's just?
It's the most Texas thing I could think of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about there's a snake in my
Yeah.
boot. Okay, the Texas theme. Okay, all right.
When I
So
go down
limited
there, snakes
edition merch down at
Yes.
your final show.
Yeah,
Well, final
yeah.
Long Island show. It's not your
Yes.
final show, and I
Yeah,
have
and I'll
a
be back.
feeling
Yeah.
you will not only be back. I have a feeling we're gonna see you on the big screen. Like you are a very powerful young guy, and you're so funny.
Thank you very much.
And
for
you're either
saying
gonna
that.
do something that goes viral, or you're gonna, I don't know, whatever you set your little heart to.
I really appreciate
You and
that.
Raphael are gonna
Yeah, no, I.
get it done, and I really appreciate that you came through. Because
Of course.
when Glenn said you were moving, I was like, oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
I really
I had
think
no
Dom's
clue
funny.
either. Like,
And you know, there's not that there aren't funny comics on Long Island. It's just you just always crack me up.
thank you very much.
And you're gonna have to send me some stuff that you deleted.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
I want the
super got
gerbil
you.
fucking video back up, limited edition, and we'll get people. You got anything else you want to share? We're at an hour, pal.
No, nothing I could think of. Just
Upsplifted on the internet.
Yeah, I appreciate you having
Upsplifted.
me.
I really appreciate you. You're an awesome person. And we did it on YouTube, and you went with the flow, and that's it.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys, that's the show. Get home safe.